Yeah, good question. I mean, I think you have to have there's a perspective. At the end of the day, we set a goal out. We didn't achieve that goal, um, but shouldn't take away, from for me from the mindset and the effort that the players put in. So, we have a responsibility and ownership. We didn't do it, but the approach, the process to it, you can't ask for any more from the guys. So, I thought they gave it everything they had throughout the season. Obviously we didn't achieve that, but you can't take away from what they did. And this is the price you pay for trying to go after something, and that's how it goes. But really just thankful to the guys, for who they are as people and what they've done as players, what they've done as a team.
All right. Joe, now that you're on the other side of it, just what was the emotional toll of this series, the way it went with giving up big leads at home, and then obviously we got punched midway through. What's the emotion kind of flowing through?
There wasn't really, it wasn't really much emotion there. It was just that's just the way it goes. I mean, you can't have an expectation that a series is supposed to go a certain way. Obviously, losing a player to that type of injury was tough, but like that's part of it. And you move on as a team, and that's it. Yeah.
Joe, you've talked a lot about champions not being able to get out of the second round. You guys were, cruising along, 60-win season. You got through that first round. It was tough, but you got through it pretty quickly. What is it about the second round that all of a sudden everything seems just change? Almost, let's say, you look like a different team, but a lot of things change.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's what we'll spend the summer looking through is the differences that would have that, but that's obviously a psychological hurdle over the last 7-8 years now, and so spent time studying that this off season. Just wasn't able to get through that hurdle.
Similar to that, Joe, what stood out about the challenge this year when you look back on the three, what is kind of that hurdle you felt like
I didn't think we couldn't get it over until this round, and so that's obviously something we came into the season having an understanding. I think it's 5, 6, or 7. It might have been 5 or 6 now, 7 of the champs from the last year haven't made it, and so you work to put in parameters, psychological, mental toughness parameters, things you talk about it, but at the end of the day, there's just as many teams wanting to win, and so you got to execute, you got to do all those things, and to me, it's not about our guys. They did everything they could. You got to tip your hats off to the Knicks. They played a great series. They've been great all year. Tibbs is a great coach, so you got to tip your hat off to them.
But you talked about how many things have to go right to win a championship.
Yeah.
Role plays, momentum things throughout the season. Did you feel like there was anything different about this year's team from last year's team, or was it more just kind of those moments, those winning moments you had last year? You weren't able to do that in these playoffs?
Yeah, it's a good one. I didn't see anything different. I saw something better. I mean, I saw throughout the season our guys had the right mindset and the right process towards going after it. You obviously it's not going to go the way you want it to every year. I like the way we ended it. You just ran into a great team in the second round. And they got the best of us. But like I said, to me, it's more about the mindset and the process that the guys had throughout the season. I thought they gave it everything they had. I thought they really went after it, trying to achieve something that's obviously extremely difficult. I thought they went after that, and when you go after something, this is the price you pay.
Did you see it all with the team? Did you see this team before you got here in the conference finals? This core has done a lot, but it just seemed like tonight was the night that the gas tank ran out. Did you see that? Not even tonight, but just throughout this series, did you see as much as you didn't want to maybe admit, okay, like we don't have what we had before?
No, I did not. I did not see that fatigue. Obviously, I saw that tonight a little bit, but I didn't see that throughout the season. I didn't see that throughout the series. No.
Joe, just in your view, what caused tonight's game to play out so much different from the first time?
You got to tip your hat off to the Knicks. I mean, they outplayed us. They played better. I'm happy for Tibbs. He's been coaching for a long time. To me, that's the biggest thing. Is you pay your dues, you put forth everything. That guy's a lifer, man. He's everything a coach is all about, and he deserves it. So I think it's more about that, and they deserve it as a team, and you got to tip your hat off to them.
Joe, for years up until last season, this team had such a penchant for getting big leads and then trouble
I mean, I thought that just the Knicks made huge momentum plays in those things to take advantage of that and keep them and be able to bring themselves back into the games. And, you know, all those things that you talk about, end of quarters, start of quarters, momentum plays of offensive rebounds, you know, they made all those plays. And, you know, those are the things that regardless of if you work on them 1 day, 2 days, 2 years, 3 years, there's stuff that you got to retool every single day. And those are the habits that, you know, impact games, as you saw. They can impact games, they can impact a series. So those habits you have to commit to like every single day, all the time, every year.
Final for you, Adam D. Rock there.
You said several times, you know, this is the price you pay for going after. Is that the weight of being behind it, or how much would you mean the price you pay?
No, I mean, if you're going to be in the arena and you're going to, first of all, if you're going to be coaching for a long time, you know, you're going to have a lot more probably heartbreaks than you are joyful moments. I think if you look at the perspective, and that's just how it goes. And so when you step into the arena and you go after something, that's how it goes. So it has nothing about do the weight of it or anything. It's just, you know, most coaches, the ratio of heartbreak to success at the end of the year, you probably have more of those. If you're going to be in it for a long time, you can't expect it to go the way that you can't expect it to go your way. You can't expect it to go the way you want it all the time. You know, that's just part of it. And you have to be able to accept those both of those things. And you know, that's the arena.
Extremely tough night for us. Felt like nothing was going our way, and just the game was easy for them. Many things that just were not clicking for us, and from the beginning they just created that lead. We didn't really have any good moments in the game to kind of get back there, and it was just a tough night and tough way to end on this note.
Kristaps, how frustrating personally has the last couple of months been for you to just have to kind of fight through this, not really sure of what to do to get out there the way you want to be?
Right. Super frustrating, you know, as frustrating as you can imagine. Just to, you know, not be able to help this team more, you know, and yeah, especially with JT going out and just not being too much of a help. It just hurts deep inside of here, you know, and it really sucks. It really sucks, you know, in these moments. But yeah, what can we do? Try to get what I had, and we just fell short.
What were you going through over the last couple months here, you know, for the fans who kind of want to know more about that? And do you have concerns long term, you know, about your health beyond this year?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, I always like try to downplay it in my own mind, you know, that's like I'm good. But I think I don't know, my system just is not perfect right now. You know, it's not working the way it should be. Many weird things, you know, and might be the best thing I need right now is just to rest. You know, just get somewhere in the sun and just let my system kind of even itself out. So, but it's definitely, you know, it was a very frustrating time for me, and yeah, nothing else much to add really. Just, you know, it's going to be now for me at least some time to recover from this.
Is there anything more you've learned about what sickness it is? The last time you told us you thought it was bronchitis.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you know, doctors are trying to help as much as possible, but it was just some lingering fatigue, you know, some effects, and even right now I'm just, you know, I played, I don't know, 11 minutes, but I'm gassed right now. Like I could just lay down here and just take a little nap easy, you know, which is extremely weird, and many symptoms that were kind of super weird. So I think nobody has a clear answer. I'll see how I go from here, and maybe I do some extra testing, some extra stuff, you know, and see if we find something. But if not, maybe, you know, maybe just a reset for my whole system, and that will get my energy levels hopefully back up.
Were there any considerations or conversations about shutting it down at some point during this postseason?
No, you know, when I got the like approval from the doctors that there's, you know, they don't believe anything serious can happen. You know, they tested my heart, everything. Then it was just a matter of me how much I can give, and yeah, I tried to give what I had, but it wasn't much, as you could see. But yeah, it was there's no like bigger risk, so I was able to play.
When you reflect on the past 2 years since the moment you were traded to Boston, how how would you characterize what these 2 years have been like and kind of what you guys were able to accomplish and just what the experience was like?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable, honestly. You know, if you purely look from my own perspective, it's been up and down. You know, tough moments. You know, even last year, but then the big. The big, you know, objective that we were going for, we achieved it, and you know, it was nothing sweeter than that, right? And then to try to do it again this year was a big challenge, and myself also coming back from injury again into the season. I had to have a surgery. It's, you know, it's not the easiest thing to do, you know, and just some bumps on the road all the time, and but at the end, what it does is just fortifies your mind, and I always take it that way, you know. And this weekend was a tough challenge for me personally. Ends on a bitter note like this, but I think we all have to go home and know that we, you know, left everything out here, and you know, then you can sleep at night.
Last year, you obviously brought everybody back pretty much. How do you digest now the realization there's a good chance this group won't look the same moving forward?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I haven't thought about that too much. You know, we've been locked in on the playoffs, and we'll see what the future holds. But right now, we're just digesting this loss, honestly.
Aside from just getting healthy, what do you kind of want to get out of the off season? Just working on the game or anything like that?
Yeah, just obviously, you know. Yeah, I mean, there's things for me to improve, always, you know, and the main thing for me now is just to let my system just, you know, get into a normal state, you know, and get my energy back up, and then I'll start to look into maybe some things outside of basketball at first, and then, you know, obviously have the European Championships later in the summer. So I'm excited about that, you know, playing for my national team, and I've always performed well the year after national teams, the season like after the championships, you know, just because you're in a rhythm already, and which I didn't have this season. So you know, this summer I expect a nice bounce back for myself, and then heading into the next season.
Final question, Kristaps. You played for New York. Did you feel the excitement of the city, particularly in these games? Yeah.
Of course, it was, you know, honestly, the support from the Knicks fans was through the roof tonight and all throughout the playoffs. Unbelievable fans, unbelievable city, and there's a side of me that's very, very happy. That's very happy for them, and yeah, I wish them nothing but the best. They're class players that we played against, and you know, they've done great things, and I wish them nothing but success.